spray whenever you're ready to start.
I did.
Oh, okay. Good morning, class.
Good morning, sirs.
How's everyone doing today? Good. Great to hear. All right, guys. So today we're going to do a lesson about some local issues. First, I have a series of questions for you. So everyone has their pen and paper out in front of them. Our first question, I'd like you guys to answer. What does an archaeologist do? We've discussed this before in world history and some in U.S. history. Hopefully you have heard this name before. What does an archaeologist do? He's a kind of scientist.
Dinosaur bones.
Okay, guys, who thinks they have an idea of what an archaeologist does? Can someone raise their hand, please, and offer an answer? Yes, AJ.
Discover
What do they discover?
fossils.
Okay, fossils are definitely part of it. What else does an archaeologist do besides discover fossils? Yes, June.
They dig up the ancient stuff.
They dig up ancient stuff. What do we call that ancient stuff? A special name for it that starts with an A.
Antique.
Artifacts. Okay, they dig up artifacts, which is stuff made by people. So we have fossils, we have artifacts. What else do they do? Yes, Eric?
Research them.
They research them. Yes, Rex?
Like they find traces of
They find traces of stuff on them and try to make information out of there. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's look at our second question. What might an archaeologist want to study in the Marianas Islands? We're going to stay local today. What kind of information might an archaeologist want to study on our islands? Everyone should be thinking and writing. If you're having a hard time, maybe think, what questions would you want to know about our islands? Thinking, writing. Okay, guys, raise your hand if you have a question you think archaeologists might want to study on our islands. Make sure we're getting volunteers for people I haven't heard from yet. Kevin, what do you think?
Relocation drawbacks to each country's during the war.
Okay, learning about war by studying some artifacts. Annabelle?
They might want to like search the mountains and the caves to find if like there was
Okay, looking up ancient settlements. Yes, Alex? Human remains, which that has been in the news recently as well. As we're doing a lot of construction on Saipan, we're digging up a lot of ancient remains that archaeologists are looking at. Kelly, got any questions you might want to answer?
Like you find anything like that might actually affect our lives.
Okay, anything that might affect our lives here. Maybe clues about the past that we can use today. Anything else you guys think about? Yes, AJ?
Ancient artifacts from the indigenous people.
Okay, ancient artifacts from our indigenous people. What does that word indigenous mean again?
First people that
The first people who came to our islands. Okay, I think I have one more question for you guys. Where do you think they can look to find out information on our islands? If you were an archaeologist looking for information, what places might you look to?
What's that place?
Which one?
There's this place somewhere down south, I think. Or
That's up in the north.
north, no. Or,
Saipan.
Radar Hill.
Forbidden.
Where might be some places where you can find stuff that hasn't been disturbed? Okay, because we want to make sure it hasn't been contaminated by modern times. Alright guys, where are some places you might want to look? Andy,
Under the sea.
under the sea, okay? Now there are some problems with looking under the sea. Andy, why would we want to look under the sea?
Because long time ago, the island was not bigger than like nowadays.
Okay, our
Bigger
coastlines
than
have shifted because of
Erosion.
erosion and also,
Global warming.
well, not just global warming today,
Sea
but
levels.
rising and lowering sea levels over time has changed it. So there's a lot of information probably under the water. Where else can we look? Yes, Shuma?
Deep in the jungle where people can't really access.
Okay, where people don't really go to, deep in the jungle. Prunella? Okay, the east or the south side. Anywhere else? Eric? Cagman. Okay, there might be some good stuff there. Besides just looking on Saipan, if we want to learn about our indigenous people, where else can we look?
Tinian.
Tinian?
Rhoda.
Rhoda?
Guam.
Guam. Okay, and then some of our other islands up north. So, what I'm going to share with you guys today, this was actually in our newspaper recently, and this is a report about an archaeologist who has been researching about the ancient Chamorro people, and these are some of his findings. So we're going to read this and learn some more stuff.
Ano ba? Learning about our people. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we start on the side that says people. People. Jumba, could you read that first paragraph for me, please?
People in that period might have shaped the pyramid. According to archaeologist Dr. Mike Carson, citing his findings at the Euclidean site of the Cornwall.
Okay, lots of information already there. What is this latte period? What are they referring to when they use that term, the latte period here in Ireland? Yes.
Like way back when.
Okay, when people on the islands, the Mariana Islands, started making construction with our latte stones, we can stop. Look at that, sir. Okay. We can still find these latte stones in different places. Where's the biggest, best preserved ones? Yeah? Okay, on Tinian we can still see them and they're tall. They're like 12, 15 feet tall. So they started building like this around 800 AD. So around 1200 years ago they started performing this. So this guy is doing research about that time period. And he's researching betel nut in particular. What's betel nut? Okay, it is a local specialty, okay, that grows here on Saipan that people chew, and they use it as a stimulant, something that gives them more energy. And it's very popular among certain people on our island. And apparently, according to this archaeologist, it's been here a long, long time. Now, as you guys know, you've seen it before, betel nut has some negative effects. Not always that good on your teeth, and your gums, and your jaws, and your throat, and your mouth. And long term, it can cause some very negative things. But it's something that has been around us for a long, long time. Pradella, could you read that next paragraph for me, please?
The ancient Chamorros also wore clothing with different accessories, whose its presentation not to leave at the Pacific Island of Saipan.
Keep going.
In the oldest pottery we see the white lime powder used as part of the
Artful.
artful decoration, he added. The powder has one of the key ingredients in chewing betel nut, so it is likely that people at that very early time were already chewing betel nut.
Okay, so looking at this ancient pottery, we see that lime that people use to make this drug more effective in the plant. They find that there on the pottery. But wait, there's more information. Anna, could you read the next paragraph, please?
Other studies conducted by archaeologists, these scientists and geologists found that betel nut falling first appeared in Mariana Island about 1,500 BC, Carson said.
Keep going.
So the betel nut tree
Evidently,
evidently was imported by the first people to sail across the ocean and live in the
our ancient Chamorro people, we run into a big problem for historians about the ancient Chamorro people. What is that problem we have when we're trying to figure out and learn more about their lives? What is something they do not have that we have today? Yes, Jude?
Writing.
They don't have a written language. So if you don't have a written language, the historians have a rough time, because that's what we do. We study writing. This is where our archaeologists come in to try to find us more information. One of the really exciting new ways archaeologists are learning about the past is pollen analysis. What is pollen? Okay, it's something that comes out of flowers and out of trees. It's the way they reproduce. So what archaeologists are doing today is they dig pits in the ground and they measure the pollen at different animals, or excuse me, different plants, at different points in time and compare that and look at the changes. This is not Saipan, but this is just an example. This is actually from somewhere in the United States. If you go back to 14,000 years ago, you have a lot of spruce trees. Oh, and then they seem to have died out. And then you get a lot of these ash trees. You can tell at different points in time when did the grasses and stuff come about. So this can tell us information about the ecology of a place. It can also tell us when new plants are introduced. So they found pollen from betel nut 1500 BC, 3,500 years ago. Juhan, can you read that next paragraph for us, please?
The betel nut tree may have originated somewhere in Southeast Asia, but this detail, Carson said.
Okay, and if we look up here again, especially in the Southeast Asia, Papua New Guinea, it's very... Kevin, could you keep reading, please?
Associate Professor of Archaeology at the Research.
Paid for the pollen analysis for all these archaeologists. How do they pay for it?
Sponsors.
Sponsors is one way. Grants. Okay, a grant, we see our definition up in front of us. What boat is it?
Outrigger.
Okay, it's not a riverboat. This is an outrigger, an ocean-going vessel. And this is what we think. Why do our buddies, the academics, our professors, why do they need grants?
They need to survive.
Well, they need to survive. They need to do the research, they need to pay for it. And while this guy may have spent years doing this research, no one is going to buy his research from him. He's doing it not for profit. So when you do it not for profit, you need money from our governments. So this is actually something, the secret history of academics. They spend a lot of their time writing grants, requesting money from different organizations so they can actually do their research. Eric, could you read the next paragraph for me, please? Carson is also
on the faculty of the Australian National University and has published many books with his wife, Dr. Sao Chun Hung. using to the first settlement of remote Oceanesia, the Philippines to the Marianas, and first settlement of remote Oceanesia.
Oceania.
Early
It looks more and more like there was purposeful migration to find a new homeland to come here to Saipan. So this is the stuff this guy is researching. Again, could you read that next paragraph, please?
When people lived at those sites, they had
Living on the coast?
food.
For food. That's where the easy food is, okay? No, they're endangered, so we're not supposed to eat them, okay? Also, they ate bats, not supposed to eat those anymore. Okay? They're wearing some loincloths. At least the Spanish are painting the men as wearing loincloths, okay? And the women are not wearing anything on top. So this is how the Spanish showed the Chamorro people looking. But this guy's research is saying they wore clothing. So I have a question for you guys. Why might the Spanish have depicted or shown the Chamorro people as being naked? Think about it for a second. Why might they have shown the Chamorro people as being naked when they first got there? Yes?
To make them look like the Spaniards made them actually civilized.
Okay. Civilization. That's a tricky word. So they're trying to show the Chamorro people as being less civilized than the Spanish. Besides disease, what else are the Spanish bringing with them?
Religion.
They're bringing with them their religion. And one of the things we look at accounts in the Pacific, as well as accounts in Mexico and South America, the people are naked. We have to teach them, you have to hide your body away. So that's one of the first things the Spanish did when they introduced these new social customs. The ancient Chamorros, if they were semi-naked, they wouldn't have been like, ha ha, you're naked. That wouldn't have happened. It would have just been normal. The Spanish show up, cover yourselves, that's wrong. And before you know it, now everyone is wearing clothes. Okay, so the Spanish showed them that way. Can we, on the back side, that says this information, can you read that for me, please, Eric?
This information is contradictory to some of the historical references that imply no local clothing. I'm not sure how the historians or others might interpret this evidence.
Okay, so he's giving new evidence, but he can't on his own just say, they were wrong, this is the new idea. Historians have to look at all the pieces of evidence to come to their own conclusions. Hyunju, would you read that next paragraph for us, please?
As to why red, black, white, and brown were the prevalent colors, as he said, the colors were those of the available raw materials.
Okay, when we look at the coloring, they only had a couple of colors. Why? That's all the materials they had. They didn't have oil paints. Can you keep reading from there, please, Tanya?
He added that red was usually found in iron minerals which are still evident today in reddish soil.
Keep going.
Black is easily created by burning any plant material and making charcoal, while white is the color of calcium carbonate found in shells and coral as well as lime powder from chewing beetles like fern.
Okay, you only get 4 colors. Red, black, white, and brown. Oh, kind of a sad world in that way. We like our colors today. Can we keep reading from there, please? Chris.
Carson said in
1500.
300 BC, the Marianas were the only islands in the remote Pacific where 80 people lived at all.
Keep going.
After that, we see the oldest evidence of people living in Palau at about 1100 BC. He said, adding that the next major population movement occurred a few centuries later at 1000 BC in the islands of southern Melanesia and West Polynesia.
Okay, so we're the first islands probably to get settled with people. Before Hawaii, before all those other places. And our group is called Micronesia. We also have coming from the south the Melanesians. And then the more famous ones are the Polynesians. And we think these people took different routes. The latest evidence suggests that our Chamorro people come down from Taiwan into the Philippines and then over to the Mariana Islands. Okay? Evidence for the Melanesians say they went this way, island hopping from New Guinea, and our Polynesians took off somewhere over there and spread out. Could you keep reading from there, please, Rex?
Carson said the atolls of Micronesia did not emerge above sea level high enough to have a freshwater lands until close to 8100.
Okay. So the Micronesia, which is the Federated States of Micronesia today, used to be called the Caroline Islands. You need to have fresh water for people to live there, and they're new islands. So until about 1,500 years ago, 2,000 years ago, no one could even live on these islands because they didn't have fresh water. Our island is much, much older. We have abundant fresh water. Can you read that next paragraph, please, Michael?
Accordingly, he said the oldest archaeological.
No, we just read that.
Carson said that over time, people explored and inhabited more and more of the Pacific Ocean.
Keep going.
By 1000 BC, people lived over a much larger region of the Pacific, inhabiting Fiji, Tonga, and Samoa.
Okay, so eventually people take off and keep going. This is the South Pacific over here. Fiji, Tonga, Samoa. These people are known to be very, very large people that come from New Zealand probably. Can you keep reading from there, please, June?
He said that about 8,100 people expanded through most of Micronesia.
Keep going.
About 81,000 people expanded farther eastwards to live in the islands today known as French Polynesia, Easter Island, and Hawaiian Islands.
And that Easter Island word, that's Rapa Nui. That's what the native people call it. Why do you think our word for it is Easter Island? Yeah, the first white people that showed up saw it on Easter. Oh, it's Easter Island. They didn't bother asking the local people what they wanted to be called. So we slowly went this way. We got to Hawaii maybe around 500 AD. Again, not a lot of written records, so it's hard to know for sure. And the last place we settled was Easter Island, which again, 800 AD maybe, the people got there where they then built their giant stone heads and bodies. So people have been slowly but surely progressing across the Pacific Ocean. James, could you read that next paragraph for me, please?
During each of those time periods, when people came to inhabit a larger portion of Pacific Oceania, Carson said the cultural knowledge of the region grew larger as well.
Okay, so the people are trading back and forth and learning more things about these islands. It's not like people got to Saipan and burned their boats and just lived here forever. They were trading and moving around the other islands as well. Can you read that next paragraph for me, please, Andy?
It is difficult to pinpoint the specific location of any homeland for any of these population movements because people were interconnected over large regions.
And could you read the next one for us, please, Clayton?
Most likely, the homeland in each case had involved a fairly sizable region with its own unique characteristics that incorporating a range of diversity as well.
Okay, so some things in common, but of course in every place people have different traditions and different ideas that they then can later share with others. And that last paragraph for us, please, Jason.
Asked about the significance of his recent research, findings, and study on the culture and arts of ancient island people, Carson said, if we think of ourselves today as ancestors and training for the future, then we can learn very much from our elders, from the ancient people who lived before us. One day we will all become elders and eventually become ancestors. But meanwhile, we should learn as much as we can from the lessons of archaeology, so that we can comprehend how people have coped with challenges over a very long time.
Remember this when we study our ancient people. They're not dumber than us. Okay? Their brains are just the same as ours. They didn't have as much knowledge about the things we have today. They couldn't, design apps. Okay? They didn't need to. But we can learn stuff from what they left behind, the things they did figure out over thousands of years on living on these islands. Okay? I got a present for you. Oh, you guys love presents. Okay, here's our assignment. All right? Today, and I'm going to give you some examples for this so you have some more guidance. You guys are going to write a grant request for an archaeological study. Now, this study does not have to be here in the Mariana Islands. It can be elsewhere around the world. But we want to know, Max, is that a hand?
Yeah.
What's your question?
What is grant request?
Grant request. Please give me money because, okay, that's what a grant request is. Yes, Pernella?
So we're going to be archaeology.
Yes. Okay. We're going to answer a couple questions in our grant request. Okay. The first thing I want to know is, what question are you trying to attempt to answer? Maybe, for example, when did people first get to Korea? Okay. Something like that. Some question you want to know about. When did potatoes get introduced to blah, blah, blah? Okay? Some question like this that you guys are going to try to answer. And again, I'll give you guys some examples. What techniques do you plan on using to answer this question? Pollen analysis? Are you going to dig up ancient bodies? Okay. Are you going to look at ancient artifacts? How are you going to try and find this information? Are you going to test carbon? Are you going to look at people's teeth? Oh, there's all sorts of ways to figure out new stuff. Number 3, what resources do you need? Okay. How much money? Okay. Are you need a team of archaeologists? Can you hire local people to help you with this? Okay. So these are the questions we're going to answer. And I'm going to give you guys some examples right now so that we can get started on getting this done.